Welcome to Scorched Earth. This is going to be a general mid-month reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon and Ascendant. Usual rules apply, take what resonates, leave the rest, and it may or may not follow on from the January monthly reading. Apply your own discernment, work out whether it's for you or not. Oh, I feel actually quite lightheaded. I've been meditating on your energy and it's kind of spacey. Now it's something sitting with me in the turret here that keeps knocking cards off my table. I'll have to go and deal with that in a minute. But I'm going to do your reading first. So I'm going to take 3 cards for where you are right now, where your energy's at. 3 cards for Pisces, please. Let's know where Pisces is right now. What's going on with Pisces? Oh. So we've got the 8 of Cups, we've got the 7 of Pentacles, and we'll get one more. I feel not spaced out. One more card for Pisces, please. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 2 of Wands. That talks about being at a crossroads, trying to work out which way goes forwards. The last card that's just flown out there is the universe, or the world as it is in the standard deck. So, Pisces, what are you walking away from? This is a card of leaving things behind, right? There are other cards of leaving things behind, but this one's quite specific, right? Because it's cups. So it's talking about things that we were once emotionally invested in. Right? Because it takes a while to amass all of these cups. It takes care, it takes time, it takes effort, and you put all these cups together. But there's very obviously a space there, right? It looks like there should be 9. 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment, right? And this dude, he's put on his cloak, and he's got his walking stick, and he's off under the light of the moon to go and find his wish fulfillment. And he's walking away from all of these things that he put time and care and effort into, because they don't hold the same emotional value to him that they did before, right? So it's not quite as sad as it could be, because the emotional attachment is gone, right? So moving away from something. But then in the middle we've got the 7 of Pentacles. And it's interesting that they've come out this way around, because to me it would almost make more sense if they were that way around. Not just because it goes 7, 8, but because this is a card of examining your landscape, right? Working out whether it's worth putting any more effort into something, or whether it's time to cut your losses and move on. So you can see why it would make more sense for it to come out at the beginning. But it's come out this way around, so let's look at it that way around. Because as they sit on the table, as I'm looking at them, this chap is walking towards this. So I feel like it's something very specific that you are walking away from, but it's having a kind of ripple effect out into the rest of your life. And you're kind of looking at it and you go, what do I need to change? Right? What else do I need to stop putting effort into? What do I need to put more effort into? Yeah. It's a crossroads. And it's a crossroads because I think that you are making major changes in your life, and they maybe started with something quite small that you've walked away from, but it's rippling out into the rest of your life. And then we've got the universe, which is the ultimate card of endings, because it's the very last card in the major arcana. Right, from here you skip back to the beginning and you go to the Fool, and you go right through the journey all over again, but taking the lessons that you learned in the previous cycle with you. It usually has the 4 fixed signs depicted on it as well, so that's Leo, Taurus, Aquarius and Scorpio. It might be that one of those is important to you and in your environment at the moment, but if it's not, and I don't feel like it is, to be fair, I feel like this is you coming to the end of a cycle. You've walked away from something that used to be really important to you, and it just really isn't anymore. It doesn't hold the same appeal that it used to. You're moving away from that, but you're starting to re-examine everything else in the light of your ability to move away from this thing, see what else needs changing. And in doing so, you're ushering in the end of a cycle. Inherent within this cycle, though, the ending of this cycle, is the beginning of a new one, right? exciting times ahead for you, Pisces. Right, so, sat with your crystal ball going like, what else needs to change? What else do I need to shove out of the way to bring in these new shiny things? Because you've got to make space. Like, there's only so much stuff a room can hold. There's only so much stuff your life can hold. And if you want new stuff into your life, you have to get rid of some of the old. So, what's coming towards Pisces in the last 2 weeks? Oh, that one really wanted to come out. And let me see why. So at the bottom of the deck now we have the Ace of Wands. Stop it. We have the Ace of Wands, which is about new starts. Right? Passionate new starts, exciting new starts. Literally, what was I just saying? Make space for the new things to come in, because here they come. Right? The first card that you've got is the Five of Cups. Right? And this is quite a sad card. Fives talk about uncomfortable change, right? And of any description. And this one is about emotions, right? And this dude, 3 of his cups are knocked over. He's got 2 behind him, but he's not seeing these ones here. He's focused on these ones that have kicked over. He hasn't noticed that there are 2 behind him. Like, some readers call it crying over spilt milk, and I feel like that's actually a bit disingenuous, because I feel like it can be much more profound than that. It can really be grieving over a loss. And the sky is quite dark, and it's quite a miserable scene right there. But I feel like this is a process. Yeah. So you've moved away from something. And I think part of the process is then having to grieve the loss, even though it didn't really mean that much to you anymore. It did at some point. And I think that you will be reflecting in the last couple of weeks of January about the loss, that movement between something meaning so much to you and something no longer meaning so much to you. I feel like it's that space in between that you're going to be musing on a little bit. But the next card you have is the Ten of Cups. It's complete emotional fulfillment. And it's exactly half of the 10, this 5 here. This is a reflection. This is like I said, meditating on that space between. But here is your new stuff, and it's coming directly towards you. I'm going to pull another card because I'm really nosy, and I like to. No, not that one. I'll go for the John Bower, I think. But it feels like the 5 of Cups is a process that you need to go to before you can truly appreciate the 10 of Cups as it is. It's possible. Because, look at this. Look at the way these cards sit here, right? In this period of reflection, where you're concentrating on these 3 cups that have fallen over, not noticing these 2 that lie behind. But as they lay on the table, to me, if he turns around, not only are the 2 behind him, but there's all of this behind him as well. It feels like maybe you're going to get a renewed appreciation of what is that remains in your life. But in order to do that, you need to grieve over what's been lost so that you can put it in the right place in your heart and in your head. Another card for the 10 of Cups, please. Card for the 10 of Cups. Whoa. Jesus. With the 2 of Cups, that talks about partnership, right? That talks about someone who's on the same page as you, and that could be romantic, absolutely, but it could be a friend, it could be a co-worker, it could be it could be a family member. Take it as it resonates to you, but it's an important partnership, right, where you just kind of get each other. But the cards that have come out, like Pisces, this is beautiful. You've got, and came out in that order there, like that, you've got 2 aces, right? You've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Magician. 1, 1, 1, right? Maybe you've been seeing this number around somewhere. Maybe you've been seeing 1, 1, 1, 1, twin flame ship. But there's a definite sense of, once you've processed what it is that you've left behind and you now appreciate what is in front of you right there, and it's complete emotional fulfillment. So you usher in all of this new stuff, right? This is a new solid start in the 3D, right? This could be a job, this could be a promotion, this could be a new house, definitely. It could be an opportunity to make more money, or it could just be somebody coming forward to offer you a new start in something, But whatever it is, it's going to change your material existence, right? Like what you do day to day, who you see day to day, how you spend your time, all that kind of thing. And then we've got the Ace of Cups, which is about new love or a renewal of love for someone or something, yourself potentially. That's also possible. And then we've got the Magician, because you see, the thing with the aces is that they're seeds, right? And just as with a normal seed, if you keep it in a packet and you keep it in the cupboard, it will never germinate, right? You have to plant it into soil, and you have to water it, and you have to nurture it, and you have to care for it, right? You have to take that seed and do something with it. And then we've got the card, this one, the Magician, which is the card of manifestation, right? This tells me that you are going to scoop up all of these aces, and they are going to be looked after better than any seed in the history of mankind ever, and it's going to create something really beautiful. You are creating trees out of these seeds, because he's an ultimate manifester. The final card for what's coming towards you is the High Priestess, and for me that's the card of Pisces, right? So how telling that it should come up just there. Okay. She talks about the internal workings, right? She knows everything and reveals very little, but she talks about intuition, right? Being led by your intuition, and I think that you're going to be starting to do that more than perhaps you have been before. Pisces is very intuitive anyway, and they're very kind of guided to act in that, but there's a sense of you really stepping into who you are right now, being unapologetically priestess-like in your own existence, but not only that, in the existence of other people as well, because we've got this card here and we've got this Two of Cups here. It's a really strong presentation of your energy right there. And you're going to feel this towards the end of January, once you've gone through the process. Let yourself grieve about things, but then put it in the right place in your head. I'm going to get some cards of advice now. So, advice for Pisces, please. Whoa. Advice for Pisces, please. The one leg. At the bottom of the deck now we've got Justice. I don't think I've done a fucking reading in 2 months, personal or on YouTube, that hasn't had Justice come up somewhere, right? And I'm going to skip straight over the legal stuff because I don't think it's relevant. It just wouldn't be coming up as often as it is. We're talking about natural justice. We're talking about karma. We're talking about people paying off karmic debts and ending karmic contracts and moving on in a new way. You've got cards of endings and fabulous new beginnings. Whatever it is that you've been bound to, you're shaking it off now because you have paid that off, right? That's no longer part of your journey. And we've got down here these 3 cards. So the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Did I say the Page of Pentacles? Ignore me. That wasn't what it was at all. It's the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about a new start, right? It's about adventure. It's about something that you're incredibly enthusiastic about, right? It's about broadening your horizons. So it could be travel. That's possible. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter what it is. It matters that you're doing it, right? Because although he's got a job to do, he doesn't really care that much about the job. He's going to do the job, and he'll probably do the job very well. But what he's more excited about is the people that he gets to meet and the experiences that he gets to have, the new smells, the sights that he's never seen before. He wants to experience everything. And this is your advice, you know, take opportunities as they are presented to you. If there's new stuff that you've never done before, like, get on it, you know, and be enthusiastic about it. 10 of Wands is here. Say, if there's anything that's hard, if there's anything that you are really struggling with, then just drop it, because it's not part of your journey now. Like, anything that is hard, that is a marker for you that you need to just let it go, right? It doesn't come with you into the new cycle. And then we've got the 6 of Pentacles, right? And that talks about balance. You can talk about charity work, like, you can totally be like traveling abroad to go and help, you know, build schools and stuff like that in deprived areas, possibly. But it talks about restoring balance, and I feel like this is something that you're doing anyway. You're choosing to walk away from things and move towards things, and you're assessing your entire life, you know, like, you're trying to balance out yourself internally, but also balance out your internal world with your external world, because let's not forget that this card, as it lies on the table, is directly underneath the Priestess. So concentrate on getting you internally straight, because the rest of the stuff is just going to come to you, you know, once you've done that. You change your energetic frequency, you start attracting this stuff in when you balance yourself out. You stand strongly in your power and you know who you are. That's beautiful. Absolutely love it, Pisces. Kind of envious. No, I'm not, because Leo's reading was great as well, to be fair. So I'm going to leave it there. As ever, if the video resonated, I'd love it if you like it or leave a comment or something like that. And if you haven't subscribed, do consider doing so, because I love you to the moon and back and all of those things. So take care, and I will see you in about a fortnight, I guess, for the February monthlies. Right, take care.